Sounds like the empowering connection is
Hi.
really great. Hello, Kata.
Hi.
Welcome, Kata.
Wow, I like your earphones.
Oh, thanks.
They look, yeah, useful. Hello, Lena.
Welcome, Lena.
Hello, Amy.
Lena, can you change the view of your laptop because the light in your back is a bit too lightful for me. It makes shadows, so I can't see you.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, just leave it here and then we do a breakout room, see what's gonna come. Now you need to take it a bit away because it's echoing.
How do I take the sounds?
Just leave it over there. Lena, where are you calling from?
I'm in Lithuania right now.
Whoa, Lithuania. You need to go mute it, Amy.
Ada, do you want to make yourself visible for us? Thank you.
Hello, Ada.
Welcome.
Hello.
Gosh, I have so many legends to share about almost everyone here in the space. I'm glad we're talking about legend making today.
Hello.
Welcome, Amy.
Hello, Nicole. Catalina and Hadar. Hello.
A little bit of fear. Where are the men? Hoping at least Uwe will be here. Okay, we'll work on that. So we're usually starting the space as a tradition with the centering process to help us all land here in the space and center ourselves and the space. And we find it useful for having a space where you can share and connect. So does anyone wants to hold space for the centering process? Okay, I want. So please put your physical center first. Find your physical center, which is in the middle of your physical body. 3 fingers underneath your belly button, in between those 2 points. Connect to your physical center and take a deep breath from here. And use your awareness to scan and find your energetic center. Your energetic center might be with something that happened in the past, and your energy goes there, and you use your intention to grab your energy from the past and bring it in front of your face into the present, into this energetic ball the size of an orange. And use your awareness again to scan in the present and see if your attention and energy goes into anything in the space that disturb you or grabs your attention, and use your intention to grab that attention and bring that in front of your face to this energetic ball. That's your energetic center. Use your attention again to scan into the future and grab your with your intention, all your energy that goes into the future, and bring that again into the present in front of your face. This energetic ball. Use your intention one more time to grab that energetic center and bring it down, all the way down to your physical center. So when your energetic center is on your physical center, you have the sensation of feeling centered. And we use your clicker, which is snapping of your finger, to create a grounding cord that grounds you from your physical center to the center of the earth. So you're grounded. And use your clicker to declare a bubble, an energetic space around you that holds only your information, emotions, and energy. And you can declare with me. I'm going to also declare a golden cube of workspace. It is a golden cube, energetic, that is holding space for the work that we're going to do today. And it's going all around the world, around us. And I'm going to ground that too. And if you have your bright principles, you're welcome to invite them into the space. So invite the bright principles of love,
Aliveness,
Clarity.
connection,
Stability.
empowerment,
clarity,
Authenticity. Integrity.
encouragement, empowerment,
simplicity,
Love. Adventure.
determination.
Connection.
If you're already ready, you can open your eyes and land here with your team in our study group space. And please bring your head a bit closer to the screen so we can create a being-to-being connection. You can find someone and look at them and for 15 seconds to create this being-to-being connection, even if they're not looking at you. Thank you. We have another tradition that we start with before we go into the topic that we chose for today, which is legend making, to see if there's any necessities and anyone wants to check in or to say something. And now there's time for it. The space is open for it.
Yeah, I want to add one thing to the invitation of Dor. I'm curious to hear about what caught you from the topic of this, for this day, for this study group. Why do you choose to be here today?
I can start.
Yeah,
You
go.
hear me? You hear me? I chose to be here today because actually I feel fear about this topic. or maybe I don't have clarity about it. So I'm very curious, and I would like to know more about it and more about my legend and anyone else's legend. And yeah, just, expand my horizon.
Thank you, Kara.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For me too, I think this idea of making a legend was about triggering, because I fear self-centeredness. As in, like, oh, am I selfish if I'm my own star in my movie, creating my own idea? What is my life? Knowing that, okay, yeah, I can create my reality, but then I live in my own illusion. Where am I in connection to others even? And I also noticed how I really put myself down in, like, oh, I can't do this, or perhaps in fear of being too much sometimes. Although I'm quite colorful in my life, so it maybe doesn't show, but I still fear it sometimes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can go on because I brought the topic into our initiator team, and it was also for me about a kind of fear of missing some clarity of, to have more distinctions of conscious and unconscious legend making. And like you said, Lena, what is the difference between creating an illusion or fantasy world or creating a legend about someone or something? And I also curious to explore the territory of how can I use legend making to connect with myself or with others. And because I also have the experience of that legend making can cut connection and make a boundary. So this is what I want to explore today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What caught me about the legend making is mainly I felt the fear about every time I was in the lab and they say, okay, tell a legend about yourself. It's like, I don't know this legend about myself. So it's about the curiosity about, looking at this part that I'm blindsiding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, go, Ada.
I'm embarrassed. I prefer not to talk, but I'll do it anyway. I'm here not for the topic. I'm here because I've been at Dolls and Amy's workshop 2 days ago, and it feels like this is the place to continue, so here I am.
Thank you.
So when I hear people share here about legend making and doing it unconscious, I think I'm mainly falling into the unconscious use of legend making because I use that a lot. And I'm assuming that I'm doing a lot of it unconsciously, and also that I'm guessing that a lot of it doesn't land because it's in some ways it's unconscious legend making. So I'm here to explore what does it mean because I didn't even know there's such a thing before our initiator team meeting. And when we decide to throw in this topic, and I want just to also like take off the curtain behind how these subjects are brought into this to the study group, is that we have an initiator team, and we're meeting to build this game world of Connect. And there's a topic that is alive for one of us or a few of us, and we want to bring that. And then what we do in the meeting is we just meet and ask questions, and we deepen the context of what it means for us by asking what do we don't know. So what we're bringing into the space about legend making is actually our questions and what we don't know into the space. So it's not like, and me and Nicole from the initiative team, we have the answers. We don't. It's about here creating this space together to explore this. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the first question this is coming up for me is, what does legend making mean in a responsible and conscious way? And what is the purpose of it? So, and it's, yeah, we can collect all the ideas we have here in that space.
Mm-hmm. So what's coming up for me about what you're sharing is to first share what I found that is a legend. What does it mean to be what the legend means? So legends are these stories that were passing through time, through timelines of different communities or different cultures, and they went through the history and they kept a certain value that culture have. For example, the legends about Hercules, the mythological Greek warrior, was kind of about how that culture at the time like admired being a warrior, admired courage, or admired, I don't know, fighting against the odds. And so when I think about a legend, I think about this story that can carry through time and can bring a value or something that I want to share and package it and send it like in a bottle, in a note in a bottle, and send it over the ocean to land, maybe not even in my life, land in another lifetime with someone else, and they can receive this non-material value from this package. Everyone, what did you just say?
I started to wonder when you were saying that, yeah, creating the stories about someone that, like, yeah, pass through time, that, like, who creates these stories about you? Is it maybe easier, or I don't know, yeah, maybe easier if somebody who knows you create a story about you? Because if I'm thinking about myself, that okay, what can be my legend story? I just can't come up with anything, or I'm not sure that, oh, that's really a legend, or or it's just a story. Because from an outsider, from an outsider's point of view, it's always different, right? So like maybe that I don't consider as a legend about myself, the others would, because about Hercules and all, that was not him who wrote down that, yeah, that's what I did and that, but somebody else was passing the story for others that, oh, I saw this amazing person and that's what he did. So I don't know, it's just, I find it hard to create a legend or write the legend by myself. So I create the legend, of course, but you know what I mean. I suppose. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
what I was wondering.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want to add that two things. What Dor shared is this creating a story of a person or a place or something else what is valuable, right? And this yeah, to carry this all over the times. So, and in that way I'm asking, okay, there's one thing that could be valued, that we both meet each other, because you shared this legend about how we meet at the place at Schloss 𝕨𝕗𝕟𝕟. So you created legend, and yes, I can see there's some value for you and for me, but in which way is there value for a bigger thing, so that this legend will be carried all over the times?
So would you be able to tell the legend that you're talking about? Because I don't know if everyone here know the legend.
I'm not sure if it's needed. It's just an example. So you create a legend about a person or a place, and it has to do with the person or the people who met there. So they're connected to that place or to that event or what else. And I'm wondering if there is needed something more, so that it brings value for a bigger thing, so that it will be carried all over the times. Of course, I can share with my kids the legend about how you and me meet. So, and I'm not sure if my kids will also get some value of that legend. And
I
will
think
they
that
carry it? So what does it need that it really would carry it all over the times? That there's some value, bigger value for human beings all over the world.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
Lina,
represented.
go, Lina.
thank you. Comes to my mind when hearing you is that there's probably have been many legends or legends start as legends. They were just something that happened or was, and then through the history, what echoes we see, like then looking backwards, we see, because of the Hercules story, we can tell that that was what these people valued. So I don't think Hercules story was initially made to last. Well, in some dimension, there could be this. Like now, we see legends on the ads on Instagram. We see what is praised, what is valued the most, I imagine. But what sticks is a result of what resonates with the people. And it's nice to attempt to make a story that's maybe more conscious or something resonates with our values, but it will require people that feel it as well to repeat the story. I don't think we could make them do it.
So what's
That's some of
coming up? What's coming up for me by what you shared, Lina, is what is the difference between creating legends and making marketing?
I
Or
believe
maybe
it could be just a term to fit our times, but maybe it's kind of similar as well.
so yeah, what I mean is I'm thinking, what is the purpose? I think there's a difference. So yes, if I'm doing it consciously, I can also use legend making instead of marketing to build maybe my circle and to grow, yeah, my team or something like this. And I assume there's a difference between doing it in a way of marketing or by legend making. So because the legends also resonates. And yeah, when I go further with that thought, how could the world look like when we just use legend making instead of marketing? Will be there a difference?
What is the variable that makes it different for you?
The purpose. Legend. So I'm asking again, what is the purpose of creating a legend? Creating a legend for me is not to promote a thing, or to publish, or to yeah, in a way to put a thing or a person on a pedestal. It's legend making for me is that I appreciate what happened, or a special value, or a special ability, or something like this. It's more appreciating. And marketing for me is more forcing things. And marketing is creating needs. Legend making is not for creating needs.
Yeah, and what comes up for me is the purpose can also be different. Like the purpose can be appreciating, or it can be even warning. Like I can make a legend about someone to warn people from that thing or from that person, or I can make a legend about celebrating, or about making this person work known in the world, which is maybe sounds a bit like marketing, but it's not really about marketing. It's really about, like, what if this person is dead already? And I'm telling a legend about him because I want his work to be more known in the world. So there can be a lot of purposes. It's like what I hear resonating with what Nicole is saying is that it's not what you do, it's where is it coming from. It's like, what's the purpose of you telling a legend? And so a question that come up is like, what would be your necessity to make a legend about yourself or about other people? But we can start from with yourself. I am what I want to propose here is to do a little experiment in breakout rooms where you recognize the necessities that you have to create a legend about yourself. So for example, someone said it before, is like, I'm afraid that people would know things about me, or I'm afraid to the things that would people hear about me, they would put me on a pedestal, or it's not going to be conscious. So I wonder, what are your necessities that you can use legend making about yourself? And the way to figure this out in the breakout room is that there is person A and person B. And person B asked your person A this question. And this question is like, what are your necessities that is related to connecting with people, that is related to, people hearing about what you're doing or something like that. Is that clear? Hello, John. Hello, Joanna.
Hi.
What's the necessity?
Yeah, like what are your necessities?
Like how could I
Hmm?
like how could it oh,
Sorry, Lena, you're kind of cut off.
To
I can't hear your sentence.
sorry, I will repeat. Do you mean that we can think of how our legends could be useful for us if told?
I mean, yes,
Or
that
in another?
almost feels like the next question for me. But the first question is like, what are your necessities right now? It almost sounds like so simple question that it might be like banal, I don't know how to say it. Yes. But what are your necessities right now? And then we'll advance to see if making legends about yourself or about other people can even be related for that. Because we're talking about what is the purpose, and before you have a purpose to do something, you have a necessity. Like, I want to clean the oceans from all the plastic. What is my necessity? I want to live in a clean world. Or my purpose is to work with 1,000 people. I have my necessity is to share with people in the world. I don't know. So I propose to do this experiment. Nicole, what's coming up for you about that?
I like to do that, and yeah, I also never really thought about this. What is my need that other people will tell legends about me, or that I tell legends about myself? And yeah, I'm curious to do that, to explore and to find out what could the need. And one thing what is coming up to me is to connect with people who are valuable for me, and also that I'm valuable for them. That, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To bring people together, they are needed to be together.
Yeah, and if I was your person B in this experiment, I would ask you, okay, so what are your necessities to connect? What do you need for that to happen? Like, break it down. Like, I think before you think about how legend making can be useful for you, you first, like, what are your necessities right now? So, okay, you want to connect, that's the purpose, but what are your necessities to connect? I need a phone, I need a computer, I need a community, I need 100 people, or it's like, I need to write a book. Like, what do you need? What are your necessities? Because what I'm sensing in the space is the necessity for legend making is not clear. And maybe it's clear on a personal level, but I didn't feel like the necessity is landed in the space. And that's why I'm proposing this experiment. So any resistance to take 3 minutes each one in groups, as a couple, and to do this experiment in breakout room.
Can I just propose something? Because
Yes.
when we started to talk about that you have the purpose, and then what is your necessity for that? And to me, it's like more clear to find out like what I need if I set the purpose. Like, then when can we like ask first the purpose, or just set one goal, and then it's easier, like, to me to think about what I need for that, because at first it was not clear. Okay, necessary for what? So what do you think?
Thank you. Yes. For me, it adds clarity what you said, Kata.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like I shared. So I brought my purpose, and then you started to dive deeper into the necessities.
Okay, so you don't have to know what's your purpose with sharing legend, but you need maybe it's a chance for you to have a little time to make your purpose more clear, and then your necessities for your purpose. At least find like 3 necessities.
Yeah.
Okay, so I heard there's no resistance for doing breakout rooms. And I'm gonna put Johanna and Nicole together. Okay, 3 minutes each one. See you in the breakout rooms.
Hi. Okay, gone.
Sorry, can you repeat? My internet is maybe a little bit.
No, I'm just seeing that they are gone. So I don't know if they come back, or shall we
Yeah, we're the
start?
ones lucky being recorded. Yes.
Do you wanna
So
start?
should we start with the? I think you can go.
Okay. With the question or with
Yeah.
my necessity? Okay, you know what? Then I ask the question. So what is your necessity for creating the legend?
To be recognized for who I am, I guess.
Go.
To like have this message that is received and people can understand me straight away, and then we can create things together.
Go.
Go.
You're doing great. So what are your necessities for being recognized with your message in a clear way? You can break down from that into more smaller necessities.
Like in what tools, or like how to make that happen?
Yeah, like what do you need
Or as in
for that to happen? What do you need?
people who can receive me, I guess.
People can receive
Yeah.
you.
So community. Yeah.
Community, you said? Go.
Yeah. Then I mentioned that it's initially like being recognized is also one of the tools for creating together. Yeah, and that's why there's nice to have people to create with. Nice to have some playground to play at as well. As in like community with a space or some kind of, yeah, space to create at. Yeah, I'm thinking in this direction. That also I think connects with safety, both collective and personal. So we can create in peace and actually do that instead of defense from whatever unhealthy patterns there are.
Go.
Yeah.
I didn't hear in the beginning, but what was you said your purpose? What was your purpose?
started with the need, but I would very abstractly define my purpose as of love.
Okay.
Move and flow, and therefore I feel like I need safety and stability. It could be in movement. I travel a lot, but somehow trust in that I'm safe and that I'm welcome. Whatever I create is welcome and not necessarily needed. I don't want to be needed, but that we can all live in joy together.
What do you need for stability?
Okay, wait.
For
Maybe keep this
Mhm.
question for later. We're switching roles. Thank you. And Katha, you want to go next?
Yes. Mm. Let's start.
Yes.
Okay.
What's your purpose and a few necessities?
My purpose is become a healer, and my necessity, for me to like stability, and first to like heal myself. I also need a community, like being in a place where I can be with like-minded people who think just like me, and I don't have to fight all the time for my truth and my views. I need a safe place where I can feel finally home. I also need more tools that I can use for my own healing, and that I can use for others too.
Go.
I need to be stable enough on my feet and just feel that I'm not in the wrong place anymore and with the wrong people. Yes, that's the main necessities that I have. Not to feel like a stranger and to have fake relationships anymore. When when I can count on other people and we're just somehow connected, but not really connected. So yes, another main necessity is connection, true connection, vulnerable connection, and no more fakeness, and no more pushing down emotions and not showing what the reality is. Yes.
Thank you, Kata.
Thank you.
No, that's for you.
For you too.
Just let it in.
If you ready, let me know. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm going to send a message to go back to the main room. Thank you.
So we don't talk about your necessities.
I'll say it quickly in 50 seconds. I feel my necessities is to have better logistics to travel, which means that I don't need to spend a lot of times on figuring out how I go from places. And one necessity that I can see coming from that is to know people in every place that I'm going and know where I'm going in advance, like having a plan and having people that help me research the places that I'm going or take me around. So for example, if I go to Kopangan, I have a person already there that I know that we're meeting together and we're collaborating together. And maybe a further necessity is like a bigger workshop collaboration.
So Johanna, I invite you to share and to repeat what you shared with me already in the end.
Okay.
And what you get from the
All
exercise.
right. So I was sharing that I started from the point of, okay, my purpose is to create more intimacy, to create more villages locally, globally, so that the connection happening, sharing happening between humans, and also less isolation and solitude and all that has been created. And I want to become, for that I created in like I use the possibility management word like concept of intimacy journeyers, and under this name I would like to create trainings and spaces so that people can, because we've never learned to how to love and how to be intimate with people, and there's a lot of things cutting off from that. So I want to create programs and trainings for people to regain the ability to deepen intimacy with people around them, and yeah, bridging cultures, bridging villages. This is my purpose.
Thank you. Anyone wants to share anything? Dar. Seems like you're chewing on something.
Thank you, Amy. Was I felt comfortable to speak when it was us only. So so like my vision, or I don't know, dream, or whatever, is to pass the healing methods and through music. I'm a singer and a songwriter, and being able to to simplify and attract people to choose healing and choose responsibility, or radical responsibility. I'm still new to all these words and things. Yeah, so through music, but not in like a sacred music type of like love and light, and like giving the truth through music. And what I shared with Amy, that that is very important for me, is to avoid acting from a place that is in need to receive love, because this music industry, and like, it's very tricky, and for me, my story is that I'm always in need of receiving love from others. Like this is my story, my process that I'm trying to heal. So I really would want it to be from a clean place of not needing to receive love from outside, but being strong and filled with love to be giving from a true place, and not to receive the fame, but to really be able to spread the tools. And it's tricky because I don't know if the word falling is the right word to use, but like I'm falling to these characteristics in my behavior when I'm feeling weak, when I feel so. Yeah, so this is my yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being vulnerable, sharing.
Thank you.
So I want to share, I want to check with the people from my breakout room if it's okay to share some of the things that came up from the three of us without being specific on who shares what. Is that okay, Kata?
Yeah.
So we heard, like, for me, Johanna and Adar spoke great about the purpose, and I want to just bring some necessities that came up when we really went and break out down the necessities. So people who can receive me, community, create together, play together, communal space where I can have safety to create in peace instead of defense, take care of healthy pattern, trust, travel a lot, being welcome, feel needed, live in joy, become a healer. That's a purpose. Heal myself, community, be with like-minded people, safe space to feel finally home, more tools used for my own, having people that know me where I go, help with research, better logistics when getting to places. So these are all kind of necessities on our purpose. And I want to ask in this space who have these kind of necessities that I mentioned, or some of them.
Yeah, totally resonates everything.
Can you write it? If you wrote it down, can you send it on the chat?
I did, it's in the chat.
Ah, thanks.
And my question here for the space is how we can use legends to answer these necessities that we have. And one experiment that is coming to my mind is to meet in groups of three, and one person is sharing a story about the other person. For example, who wants me to share legends about them? Joanna, great. Wow, I have so many. And so, and I'm picking, for example, just one of the necessities. Let's say that your necessity that you choose is to heal yourself. And so I'm sharing this legend about Johanna, and I'm actually not going to my intellectual mind, to what I know about her already, and I'm going to speak from the unknown, or speak from something that is beyond in me. And so the legend about Johanna is that we've been in an ETB together, and she went into her anger so much that she shouted so hard in the ETB that cops came knocking on the door. And when the cops came and knocked on the door, Johanna stand in front of them and he said, why is the reason that you want to get me arrested right now? And the cop said is that you disturb the peace. And Johanna said, this is the first time that there was real peace in here, because people were allowed to feel the first time.
Boom.
that is a
Oh.
so that is a made up legend, but I mean, what if I tell this legend about Johanna and like someone hears it and you can hear, oh, healing can happen through anger, through using your anger. So by sharing this legend, I'm kind of opening a door for that necessity.
By the way, the cops really came 2 weeks ago because I was shouting.
Wow, really?
Yes, okay, I want to tell the legend. So very, very fast. So I'm giving rage clubs, and I was doing a photo shooting. So I was at the photographer's apartment in the middle center of Berlin, fourth floor. He lives there for 10 years, and we were doing a photo shooting. So we needed like to go into anger, so we were making noise. And right, actually, we're lucky we finished it, and not long after we finished, like it knocks at the door, and the photographs open, and we have like three handsome German cops like at the door, like what's going on here? We're checking up. We've heard like some people were shouting, and wow, my God! And like we had two police cars, like the big ones, not the small cars, like the big, like trucks, under the house, like in the middle of the street. Yeah, okay, that was a legend. Woo! Rage club happening in the world. Yeah.
That's
So now, like, who wants to do a healing process with Johanna? I mean, so yeah, some of these legends just, I don't know. I feel fear that I went a bit more to like inventing a legend. Somehow it was archetypal and somehow it like really happened or something. But I mean, it doesn't have to be like that. But it's an attempt, it's the first time I experiment with this. So what I propose is to do this experiment in a group and just share a legend about someone else that is connected to one necessities that he's talking about, like I did with Johanna.
Let's go.
All right. So it's a group of three. So the third person is coaching, is giving coaching to the two other people. Create two, or let's make one room of two and two rooms of three. No, it's not gonna.
No, 1 4 group and 1 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
See you in the breakout rooms. Let's take like 3 minutes each for each legend.
Okay, I just got a legend for me. I start and we'll make a legend for Hadar at work.
Ooh.
And Lena, you're our coach.
All right.
Okay. I met Hadar the first time. I was in the crowd at this new healing festival with thousands of people in this wonderful summer day, one afternoon on in summer, and she was on stage. And sorry for the pronouns. I don't know if you pronounce she or they or and she was on stage and shared, like, her voice was just striking and touching. People were like so captivated by her voice and her music. And what I remember, she said something about connection, and everybody started to take their neighbor's hand and then giving them a hug, and it was just this moment of pure blessing in the whole crowd that she created.
You make me want to cry.
That's it.
Thank you.
What part of it make you want to cry? Or what?
That I influence people to feel love, that my voice can spread love. This is just very powerful.
Thank you. Would you bring up another necessity that is connected to that?
To make the legend happening, you mean?
Maybe just another necessity. Don't think about the legend.
Yeah. Healing, believing.
Okay. Joanna, would you make the legend even more powerful so you hit her even harder with the next, also with that necessity?
The healing and believing. So people in the crowd started to hug each other, and they could really feel like a stream of energy in their bodies. And then later they started to sing along, and people started really to move in their bodies in another way. The energy, like their bodies were so filled with incredible force and energy that their dance and their voices started to fill the whole crowd, and and Hadar was like leading that with such a, like, holding the space for that with so much power and love and so much radiance that it kept, like, people didn't want her to leave the stage.
Nice. All right, and we switch. Lina, were you the coach now?
Yeah, although I didn't do much coaching. But
Okay, so Johanna, you're gonna coach, and Adar, you're gonna share the legend about Lina. Wait, Lina, what's your purpose?
My purpose is abstract: to live in love, make art with people, and that everyone is living in peace.
And
what, everyone is living in peace?
Living in peace and creating together.
Yes.
Okay, and the necessities?
Yeah, community, authenticity as well, space, and receiving other, like non-judgment.
Yes. You got that, Hadar?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
And this legend is like, really, you met Lina in the future. and you came back in this time machine, and when you met her in the future, you already see she got that. She got her purpose, all these necessities, and just the legend is about her on her journey, rocking it and making it happen.
Did you mean you're owning like some of the processes, or you are like connecting? I don't know if it's clear what I was asking.
Just go.
Okay, so I traveled to some country, beauty land country, and I arrived to a festival, and I saw there like different, it was a very big area with many like huts, not huts, but different spaces that each space holds a different either healing or art or gathering, people that are gathering together. And 𝕨 was there doing the what's the word, like attaching like each person that wants to go to, for example, if one person wants to do the art to get with, you know, art or rage club, so 𝕨 is the connector. She pulls all the, and you know, gets the people to the place they want to be at.
So you started the festival doing that.
Yeah, and she's got like this side that she can sense people needs, like they don't need to speak much, but she's so trained and focused
Scanning.
on scanning. Yes, thank you. So she's so sensitive to what they're looking for, and she's like this fairy that just, oh, you come over here, you go over there, and makes everything right. And yeah, and it just people are so overwhelmed with how powerful and transforming the experiences, and it's just passing from one to another, and it increases, and yeah, to more and more people that comes over the world. And yeah, so this is the legend.
Woo. How did it hit?
I'm smiling because I was
Mm,
kind of coaching
mm.
telepathically, and then you were answering each question one by one. After I was like asking my head, you were giving me the answers. So I didn't need to coach you. Oh.
Yeah, it's fun because what you describe is a lot what is already happening. Like, I am actually already part of many communities as such, and we connect each other and do all of these things. It would be interesting for me to take that to another level where, because I sometimes find myself in the situation where I'm like, oh yeah, I can connect these ideas, these people together. Then I see them, oh, they started making this project, or like this, da 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 da. But I would like to step into less logistics and more flow, even, and perhaps
More
my
scanning.
own personal expression in art. Because I end up being the manager often among friends of like, come on guys, organize, let's create things like art.
Mm.
a lot of logistics happen. Out.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. All right, let's switch to the next person. So,
Yeah. Is it for me to have a legend with my purpose? But I didn't share my purpose before, did I? Oh yeah, I did.
yeah, you shared your purpose, I think, in the main.
Yeah. Actually, also do have another purpose.
Go.
Yeah, it's I want to create amazing music on my violin and dancing, so that there's really a huge feeling of having fun and deep communion between humans that hear my music. Or yeah, it would be something in traveling with that, being invited in many places and play my music.
Necessities. Okay, maybe even without the necessities, let's just go with the legend.
Okay, so I make the legend now. Well, I was in this magical place. Oh, I hear myself.
I muted the
Yeah.
door. It's okay.
I was in this magical place when I was traveling myself, and somehow, like, I met someone that said, "You must hear this," and we hear this beautiful melody of the violin through the forest, and we just follow the LED lights, but it's pitch dark, and we need to be sharp in our senses to reach the place. But if we think we also hear the ocean, so we walk this way, and there we see this beautiful stage with not too many people, but everyone there is really nice, and we dance with the music in all kinds of shapes, and everyone around is so playful. Everyone's eyesight is welcoming, and everyone is magnetized by this music and voice. And we hear that is going to happen again in another place, and we follow, and are carried by these magical gatherings and community, and later we all play together and magic connections happen.
Have you met
This
Johanna there?
she was the one
Ah.
on stage. Yes, of course.
Mm.
And we didn't know who she was. We didn't know her name. It was so mystical that only the second meeting, when we went to another place, hearing this mystical being again, we met, and then we played together. Then Joanna opened the space of inspiring many other people to do the same, and share together, and traveling many places, doing the same in each, every time people coming, perhaps with fear of watching someone else awakening to their own expression, being invited to feel more and more free with every chord and every song, and perhaps awakening to their own emotions, and then walking away from these concerts with more peace and feeling more connected.
Thank you. Okay, bring it to an end. Anyone wants to share anything before we have another minute?
I like the stories. It's good.
Yeah, I feel also that each story is coming from the future and that is not so far away, and that it's yeah, the legend is already here.
Imagine what would happen if Lena would start telling these legends about you all the time, or
Go.
more people.
Go. Yeah.
Imagine if you get to this festival and like 100 people already told this legend about you.
Yeah, it's quite likely.
Scary. For me, there's fear came up when I said that. Like I imagine like people telling me a lot of legends about me, and I suddenly felt fear. Like I go to a place where everyone heard a legend about me. Whoa, scary. Come back, everyone. Please take a deep breath. So my proposal is we have 13 minutes, and my proposal is that we go into a breakout room and we have some time to share how it was for us. So everyone have time to share how it was for us to share the legend, what feelings, what emotions came, but also what feelings and emotion was to hear the legends about ourselves.
And why not doing that in the main space with all together?
No resistance.
And I want to start. So for
Yeah, go.
me, sharing the legend, to do it, I was totally envisioning the thing happening, and I was just describing what I was seeing, and I was just tapping into the higher thing I was seeing for that person, and then really going to the emotions and the feeling and of what was happening on the scene I was describing. And to receive the legend, I had a part of me about feeling like this, like little bit of angry, of like, yeah, go make it bigger, you know. Like I want, like, this, I don't know where this part of like I want this big legend, like this super influence, like yeah, making big impact. And in quantity, but I think maybe like then what the legend came was more about the quality of the impact. And yeah, actually I already felt myself, yeah, maybe I felt like a little bit of like it was not still big enough. It feel like I already who I am, so it was not for me in the future, it was already okay what I'm doing now. And yeah, this is what I can do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah, I think I also had a similar experience when hearing my legend. That made me reflect like, maybe my instructions are imprecise. Because also what I heard was something that is already happening. And maybe I want it like, yeah, slightly different. I was the one connecting the people, which I feel that's already happening. But my deeper wish is more that it's not needing to happen with my facilitation, rather by itself. And yeah, there I learned like, okay, more precise instructions. And yeah, giving the like sharing the legend, creating one was also like, yeah, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I'm making it too small, but then I perhaps project my own values or like of quality over quantity, or my own fear of being too big, or yeah, like losing the quality with size.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you.
Yeah, I go next. Telling a legend brought me to an edge, and I get totally blocked by my fear. And it was more about exploring this block, and what I get is a doorway to a next EHP. So, and while you are sharing here in that main space, I get an idea of how I could tell a legend about how I face my fear by reaching my edges. I get a real picture of it. It was walking through the mountains some years ago, and I did it for the very first time, to go through the mountains, and it was a really high one. The first day we reached 2,000 something else meters, and next day as I wake up, there was everywhere snow, and it was in August. And then we want to go higher. We want to reach the top of the mountain, 3,500, something like this. And we go further, and it starts snowing the whole day, and we go and we go, and we can't see the way. I was with a man together there, and he was much more experienced with climbing, and I just followed him. I was so scary because I can't see anything. I can't see the marks on the way. I just followed him and trusted him. And then we also make a wrong way, and we need to return to the path again and to find the way back. And then it becomes, yeah, in a way dark because of the lot of snow. And we took our phone and called the next house where we want to reach. And then the owners of the house came to us and guided us to the way. And then we reached the house, and it was an amazing view. Next day I wake up and there was a lot of sun, and it was an amazing, beautiful view. I could see the ice down under myself, and a big ice there, and it was amazing. So I really go to that edge, and I faced my fear. I go further and not returned and go back down the hill. I go up. So I can also face my fear when I reach my edge.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for sharing.
So, and to answer also your question, what feelings are coming up, sharing this legend right now let me also feel fear. And I also felt my anger that was needed to go. Like in the mountains, I felt a huge amount of fear, and I also needed my anger to be there to go through. And from the other side, receiving a legend, this was more, I also felt fear of receiving it, and also joy, and both together let me feel more empowered. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So what's coming up for me is an experiment for this week that we can do. So I noticed that what we kind of focus on in this experiment is legend telling. Is telling a and what we're talking about is legend making. Like Nicole just shared, she went on creating a legend, like on this journey, and she made a legend for herself. And what my experiment is, what can you do this week so someone will go and share this legend about yourself? Because someone will share a legend about you, or that you have a legend that you can share about yourself, like Nicole just shared with you. So the experiment is to make a legend about yourself. And now we have our purpose and necessities, so we can find one of these necessities and create a legend. And it doesn't, what I got actually from what Johanna shared and 𝕨𝕚, when they wanted it to be big or more detailed, that maybe it doesn't even have to be big or more detailed. It's maybe, I mean, it can, and I get your anger and that you wanted to go there, and I'm glad about that. I have the same. And I think that, what happens if like someone just shared this exactly what you're doing right now, legend about yourself. And I don't know if people share that, and I think it can be really empowering. So I will share the legend of Nicole right now, sharing a legend in the middle of the legend making space. And it can be really empowering. So yeah, thank you.
Can I add something? When you were talking about that, the two of you wanted it to make bigger, and to me somehow it's the opposite. That I feel I feel ashamed by make it big.
You feel ashamed of making it big.
Yes. Like if I make it big, then I seem like I don't know. It's not real, but I don't want to think that, and it's very normal of me to do so, that I don't want people to think that I'm, showing off. So then I make the legend little. So I was just wondering about it, and I will think about more like what's behind this, like what emotion. I think it's fear and sadness that is behind it, and yeah. So I will explore this more. That's why I don't like making the legend about myself, because I'm afraid of making it too big, and then what people think of that.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
And I resonate with what you share, Kata. Like I feel exactly the same. Like I'm making it too big. I may have to make it smaller. Who am I to make this story? So
Can I share something with you, Amy and Kata, what is coming up for me?
Yes.
For me, I have the impulse, maybe it had to do to allow yourself to take space. And how big can the space be you allow yourself to take?
Thank you.
Yeah, how big is the space, even in the legend space? Your future legend space, the legend that they haven't told about yet. How much space are you going to take in that? And just adding something. Okay, official time of the meeting is over. There is I know, Nicole, you need to go. Thank you. We have the tradition to hang out for at least a while, maybe even until 30 minutes. And so whoever wants to stay and hang out, please stay. Thank you for joining. I want you to know that on the 8th, in 4 days from now, there's a Rage Club. And it's a space to go deeper into the feeling, to the anger, and it's really an amazing space. So you're welcome to join. And we have a space holder training coming soon that Nicole and I and then more people from the team are holding space for. And it's going to be the module 1, 6 weeks. And if space holding is in your heart, you're welcome to also check that out. We have a website about it. And thank you.
And I would add a Rage Club is really a good start to learn how to take space. So that the fear of being successful and being seen is not so big, because you learn how to own your space and and create it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for holding space today, Dor, for the study group.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
So see you soon.
See you.
See you. I will leave too, because actually I'm sick. That's why today I could join. I'm just at home and and I'm glad to connect. I was like, okay, now it's time to, because I'm following from far away. I'm very proactive in my life, and I don't take so much time on online meetings anymore. So I'm glad to have connected with you and go back to bed. Ciao.
Thank you, Joanna.
Get well.
Mhm.
Just one question from you, Dor, that
Yes.
about that Rage Club that now you're planning.
Mhm.
Is it gonna be like similar to all the Rage Club that you're holding, or there's any differences in the? So if I attended one of this training, I know there's more to it. So is it? I suppose it would be valuable to me to join another Rage Club, or what do you think? Because I feel that I have connected to my anger since the Rage Club. I mean, starting with the Rage Club, but there's still I feel there's more to go, and I was wondering what you think.
Thank you for asking. So from Kata, just from last meeting and also this meeting, I can really see the work that you did with your anger. And we actually talked about it later, the space holders, and it's really, yeah. I mean, I really enjoy to see the transformation you're going through with the anger. It's like last week, almost every speech was like dragon speaking, and I really enjoyed the fire. And today was really like this, like coal, like very concentrated fire, like this. And so I think it's working for you, whatever you're doing. Like just keep going with that. And I think that anger is this exploration of a lifetime. Like I did more than 15 Rage Club as a space holder. And every time that I'm going into the space, I'm learning something new about my anger. And I'm discovering more layer of emotional anger that got stuck there and for healing. And so, yes, you can always use a Rage Club, but what I propose to you is this time to join maybe as a space holder or as a deckhand to the space, because I think from this point, the people that are going to come for the first time as your clients, they can you can be like this bridge for them to to someone that is going with anger for a long time, and maybe it's harder for them to share, like like me, for example, to share about the anger, and then you're closer to the point that you started, so you can create better that bridge. And that's what I encourage you to go with in your next Rage Club, to already be a deckhand or a space holder.
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I feel that too. Like maybe that's why I wanted to ask, because then like starting from the real beginning, but not being like, yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle that I've learned already, but there's still layers to learn about. Because that's, I feel really, as you said, that it's coming up and it's so nice, it's lovely. And but there's still a lot that is still like there, and I don't let it out. Like when the last time we talked about that, I realized that that's my base emotion, and it's like I'm still holding it back because it's hard to, or it's too powerful to connect with. So yeah, I would love to, I think, join somehow this Rage Club, because I think it's very much needed, and I could go to the next level, the next step that I need. So yeah, I'm interested. So nice for the opportunity. Really, thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna go to the toilet. I'll be back soon.
Where are you guys now? Melina, you're in Lithuania. What about you, Amy? I don't know when.
I'm in Israel.
Ah, you're in Israel.
And you?
Hala? I'm in
Israel.
Austria.
That's true. I'm in Israel
Oh,
as well.
awesome. And how did you start this journey, or how did you get to know this, like, possibility management? How did it come to you?
I started with a Rage Club through my sister. She is already in PM for some years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You?
I was actually where Nicole lived, in Schloss Glarisek in Switzerland, and there was one space holder I got to know, and I had the opportunity to have some sessions with her. And then I found then the Rage Club, the door, and then I just got closer. But still, there's like so much that I have no idea about. It's like a whole world. So nice.
Thank you.
Is there anything that you want to share about your
Me-
life or anything? Because I'm interested in everyone.
For me, it's quite difficult, like the Zoom and not knowing. Like it's deep breath before I speak, and it's different because it's not the same case when I'm on stage. When I'm on stage, I feel very comfortable, and here I feel very uncomfortable. I met Dor and Amy 2 days ago, and for me it feels exactly what I need. Dor spoke about many things and like the Rage Club and everything that I've been avoiding all my life, all these feelings and emotions, and it just feels that I should stick around whatever's happening. And I'm into music, and I teach kids, and it's really interesting because being the authority is like something I'm very scared of, and using the anger, like it all seems to so accurate right now in my life, to learn how to use the anger to be the authority and hold those sweet kids that can be really, you can see how difficult it is for them, when parents are not aware to healthy, I don't know if education, but expressing emotions. Many parents are just wanting to have peace and quiet, and it's crazy times. So there's a lot of stress and fear everywhere, and I can see it through the kids. I can feel. I mean, it's easy to see it through the kids because it's so true, and I'm very, very curious through the kids to learn all the like the things that I didn't allow myself to feel like anger because I was scared, like since since I can remember myself. And now I'm working with really young kids, and I can see them, some of them behaving exactly like me with silence. Some of them are extremely mad about like I can see, and for me, it's like very inspiring, and like it's part of my healing process to see. Yeah, I don't know how I started speaking about it, but it just, everything comes together with what's happening here, and the Rage Club and all of this. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm looking to do. I did a lot of work with kids, and I brought possibility management into workshops with kids as a theater. I combined that with theater. It was really interesting research. I did it for about a year. And I get a lot of questions now and from people from possibility management about that. And what I want to do right now is to do another workshops for kids, but maybe that speak English, and maybe to record some stuff about that so it can be really used as tools. Because a lot of people ask me about like how am I doing the centering process for kids, and how am I using the theater with possibility management. And I wonder, Adar, if you know groups like that, or if you work with groups of kids that speak English.
Not yet. Maybe a one, but they're really young. They're like, some of them are 4 years old.
No, I worked with older.
No, they're babies.
No.
But I can
But that's amazing.
look, I can check. Sorry.
Yeah, if you hear about something, I would love to know.
Well, if you upload that on YouTube, I will make sure to check it out. I worked with some kids doing theater in Colombia, and there is a lot of, yeah, these tools would be useful for me there.
Where did you work with them? You said Colombia?
Yes.
In a school?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was not like a funded project. I found a volunteering project, and one of the teachers there, he was just welcoming people to his own home at his own expense. Really just purely heart-led project with the wish to bring the best that he possibly can to the kids there. Extra low budget situation, but very interesting. I did learn their language, like learn to speak Spanish there with the kids, and just it's completely different from the way we were behaving in school here in Lithuania. I'm in my parents' house. I don't live here, but wow, very different. And the conditions and everything.
Dina, are you a nomad?
So I would definitely
Are you?
sorry.
Actually, I want to change my question. Are you a Next-culture nomad?
If I'm a nomad, yes, I definitely am. Yeah.
Cool. Can you share
So I
with
do resonate with your wish to like be received, be guided, and that does happen very funnily.
what? I didn't understand the whole sentence. Can you repeat, please?
Yeah, I resonated when you shared that you wish to be welcomed and know the plans and have people to guide you through the new places. And it's very nice when it happens naturally for me. Like this school I've met for someone just by Facebook, and I went there and I was welcomed so warmly that I was like, wow, it's my dream come true. I meet people and I'm welcomed in every single place I go. I ask someone, do you have friends there? And they're like, yeah, we do. And it just happens like that. But sometimes when I just arrived to Colombia, it hit me that, okay, it's very different from places that are safe generally. So sometimes there it was much more much harder for me to feel in flow. I don't know if my internet didn't cut.
No,
Did
no,
it?
now it was okay. Now,
Yeah. I don't
yeah,
know if
cool.
that was answering your question.
Yes, it's actually the purpose of this game world to connect also offline around the world as nomads. Like now we're 70 something people and there's the PM community, which is a few hundred people. But think if there was like a few thousand people in this community, it's like everywhere you go, you would meet someone to, show you around, research with you, explore. And I mean, for me, it's already happening when I'm going around the world. I meet people that I know, but I mean, it, I think it can be much more than this. Really empowering.
Yeah, I combine a lot of different communities and people to have that amplified effect. To have one more that you already know, like, oh, I'm from PM, let's say, and there are people like, oh, yeah, I can trust you, and now we will get along well. You skip through a
Mhm.
lot of, oh, do I really want to invite this person into my day? Yeah.
Totally. And it's exactly like the legend thing. It's just make you skip a lot of stuff. Like if I'm telling you right now a legend about Amy, then you already like know her. It's like I can trust her. I know her. I want to work with her. It's like let's make things easy together. It's like I think it's connected to this nomad thing. I think there is some connection between being a Next-culture nomad to creating legends or being involved in legends. Here in the kibbutz that I am, it's like sometimes people hear what I'm doing and I'm traveling and all over the world and for them it's really crazy. It's really legendary, this thing. And I don't know if what you're doing, if you're taking this for granted, but like doing emotional healing process, it's really rare. It's like how many people are doing emotional healing process? Like the bravest, it's legendary. So I don't know if we're creating, I mean, I feel a bit angry that we're not creating enough legends about the uniqueness of what we're doing. But we'll get there. But, it's a but. What's going on? I feel a lot of emotional fear today in the group.
Feel?
I need to do an emotional healing process. Yeah, you notice that? You notice that I have a lot of fear today to share?
No.
No? Just having a reality check.
I just wish, we could do it more like in person. Like, yeah, that's what I desire to have, like a community or like more people who we could do this So like it's a process, and I know like finding these people, like what you said. But yeah, doing it as like Hadar said, that in like online space is somehow strange, foreign to me. I don't know. Some people can connect better with this kind of like modern word, but I think I just can't. I mean, it gives some like some opportunities, and it's so nice. But sometimes you can be maybe even more open than in person. But I really desire, and then maybe that's what I need to do, like create these spaces in person, or I started to do it already. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel this connection a lot between people. So there's a lot of effort to be connected nowadays. And it's nice that there's this opportunity to do it online, but to me, something is missing. Some kind of, flesh to flesh and really eye to eye connection. And yeah, it would be nice to have more groups like that.
I hear you feel, you're going to say something? I hear you feel a lot of disconnection around you, and you
Yes.
wish for more personal spaces.
Yes. Like it's even more disconnection than before. Like it's getting like more and more worse. And I think that's one of my necessity, to have the connection, and then to create these opportunities. And it's already lovely, that we have this. And I really appreciate your work and all of that you show up. But there's still like more the personal spaces to create that in person. And that's what we need more, to connect. Because somehow like online space is also about this connection to me. At the same time, connection.
I hear your sadness about it, and I don't know if it's sadness, but I hear my sadness about it, and I hear some sadness in your voice.
It's sadness, yes. It's clear sadness. Especially nowadays. Like I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's clearing the fake connections out. Because that's also another thing, right? That we're like connected, but actually we're not. They're so fake. And it's like, that's what I'm dealing with now. And I don't know how to really see that or deal with it yet. This kind of like, maybe it's even worse than disconnection to me.
About the letting go, the pain of letting these connections go.
These connections that are not so true. Like you said, they are not so pure.
Yes. Yeah, so that's why one of my goals, to create the real connections. And that's why I like this space. Because these are more real, much more real than anything. So Thank you.
Thank you, Kata.
Thank you.
Can I share a legend with you?
Yes, please.
When I started with PM, I had the same thing, and when I started with PM, nobody met on Zoom. Like I actually met Clinton before in 2018 in the Boom Festival. I walked into a workshop they had. But then later there was COVID, and I started to go into possibility management. They had the Zoom group, and nobody was meeting on Zoom. It was a new thing, like nobody was using it. And I started to go into this Zoom meeting, and it freaked out my box so much that I'm joining. I actually had a resistance to download Zoom and participate in the first meeting, because I had this like it's bad. We turn it into this like culture of internet meetings, and that will destroy connection. And then I was there for a while, and I met Jeff, even not in a Zoom call, on a phone call. Jeff Schaub, and this woman that I met on the Zoom, Jennifer, she said, you know, I know someone, Jeff is your soul brother. She told me the quickest legend about him. She just told me, he's your soul brother. You should meet him. And I met him on a phone call, and we were texting and stuff, and Instagram. And like a year later, after being in some Zoom spaces with him, not too much, I meet him in Costa Rica, and he was like, come hang out with us. We are here in an eco village. I meet him and his girlfriend, Giselle. And we're going on this epic trip. We took a Jeep that actually crashed in the middle, and we switched it, but we took a Jeep and we just went in Costa Rica without knowing where we're going to go. It's like we just go and we pick up hitchhikers. We pick up this old hitchhikers lady, local, and she's like, where we should go. And she's like, go there. And we drive there. We have no idea where we're going, like this. And then we went to Mexico. We did workshops together. It was like really the most epic time traveling together. Jeff Schaub. So I mean, this legend is about, for me, is this sadness that I have. And the sadness is about you giving up on meeting with this team, at least, or meeting online. Because like my story about it is that it's not instead. Like probably right now, if I wouldn't have this team, I would probably like watch Netflix or edit something on my computer, like edit the video that I recorded by myself. It's like, and now I'm meeting you, and I meet Adar again, and we met 2 days ago offline. Now we're meeting online. Like for me, it's like it's another thing. You know, it can create the connection to later meet offline. It's not instead. I wanted to share that.
Thank you.
But yeah, let's create the community that we wanna create. This is what the purpose of the team is. So the more we wish for that and ask that and declare that, you know, that's how we create it. Let's go to Copenhagen together or something. What are we doing here? Let's catch
I'm
up.
actually
Yeah. When are you going?
I want to go to Thailand to.
I'm going to.
Huh?
I'm going beginning of February. I'll stay in
Really?
Bangkok for a month because my friend is getting a cert, so we can meet there.
Yeah.
Where are you going? I didn't hear. Where are you going?
Thailand.
You going to Thailand?
Bangkok.
Bangkok.
Yes.
Come to Copenhagen. Everyone that comes, everyone that watches.
Yeah. I'm.
Copenhagen. We're starting the nomadic tribe. Amy. All right, we're finished the official hanging out time. From now on, hanging out happens sporadically in the Telegram group. You already know each other, so you can hang out. And thank you for being in this space. See you soon.
Thank you for creating and holding the space.
Yes.
Thank
Really.
you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Ciao.
Need to send in the group all the chat. Sorry. I need to send in the group this whole chat.
Why you have the chat if you have the recording?
Oh, and the recording.